Peace of light, beautiful people. This is Courtney, the Urban Naturalist. I am here with another plant that you should know. This is perfect for summertime. We're getting ready to go into the season where we're dealing with bug bites and poison oak and ivy and all types of things that can irritate the skin. And this is definitely one of the most beneficial topical healing plants that we can come across. Called the mother of all herbs, Plantain major or common plantain is most useful when treating those things I just named as a poultice, meaning that you would just simply take a leaf, chew it, the material that you would chew and have come out of your mouth, you would put it on the bite, the sting, what have you. That's the most simple way to use it. You can get a little bit more fancy and take this herb and make it into a salve or infuse it into an oil. Or what I'm going to do today and share with you is that cusp of health and wellness and nature and healing, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this common plantain that has all of these medicinal benefits and we're going to actually put it to use in our kitchen. Because again, food is medicine and health is wealth and all of those things that I have promoted in the past. So more about this plantain before I show you how to select some to use. As I said, it's perfect for drawing out toxins, venoms, things that cause you to have burning, itching on the skin. It's an astringent. So not only does it pull and draw out those toxins, but it tones and it tightens and it brings together. So it's good for stopping bleeding. It's useful for not only fresh cuts, but if you have a burn, if you have a spot that's inflamed, all of those things. It's useful for eyes. So instead of cucumbers for sore, tired eyes, you can use plantain. And it's also a diuretic, meaning that if you have water retention, you can have this leaf as a tea, and that'll help with that. So I'm gonna forage some of this plantain that's in the backyard. This is a part of my weeding. Normally, I would be using a shovel to plant something into the ground, and in my beds where I would have plantain, I would just take it out by the root. But because I am not weeding and I'm just gonna make use of what is right here, I'm gonna show you how I would forage it when I'm not, doing a full garden weeding. So I just have a pair of kitchen shears, scissors, and what I'm gonna prepare for you guys using this plantain today is a pesto. A pesto is a simple dish that usually uses a green like basil or cilantro with some type of seed or nut and oil. So we're gonna forage a little of this plantain so that we can go further into how to use it. So because we are going to cook with this, I want these young tender leaves. The old ones are useful for when we're making more medicinal preparations, but it's a ribbed leaf, which means it gets woody really fast. And we don't really want to eat those tougher leaves. This is a dish that's not going to be big on cooking. We will saute them and blanch them a bit, but because we are not doing a heavy boil or anything, we're going to stick to these young leaves. And nutritionally, the fact that it is a more tough green, it tells us that it's high in fiber. It's also high in iron, so that ability to draw out toxins. It's a blood purifying, blood cleansing property. And you can't see me, I'm going behind the camera, but what I'm doing is still kind of clipping around in this area the small plantain leaves. So you're just listening right now. So high fiber, high iron. Naturally, it's high in vitamins C and K, vitamins A. So these are vitamins that are good for the eyes and the hair, skin, and nails. I want to gather about 3 cups worth of young plantain leaves. And I'm going to take the next few minutes and do that, and then I'll meet you in the kitchen. Thank you.